Today, we are going to break down 7 Stoic lessons that have the power to completely reshape your understanding of life. These lessons will not give you quick fixes or superficial advice. They go deep into the essence of existence. Stoicism is not about escaping life's hardships. It's about confronting them with resilience and courage. So as we dive into these teachings, keep your mind open, because what you'll hear might shake the foundation of what you believe. Let's start with the first lesson, one that most of us need to hear. Lesson 1. Your comfort zone is your coffin. The idea of comfort is something we've been sold since childhood. We're told to work hard, make money, and then find a comfortable life, free from stress and struggle. But here's the harsh reality. Comfort is not the ultimate goal. In fact, comfort can be one of the most dangerous things in life. The moment you get too comfortable is the moment you stop growing. It's like planting a seed in rich soil, but then never watering it. Without discomfort, there is no growth, no progress, no life. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in a mediocre job because it felt safe? How many relationships have you held on to because they were familiar, even though they were toxic? We cling to the familiar because it's comfortable. It's easy, but easy is rarely fulfilling. The Stoics understood that growth happens only when we push ourselves, when we take risks, and when we face our fears head on. Every time you choose comfort over discomfort, you are choosing stagnation over progress. You are locking yourself inside a coffin of your own making. That's why Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." The things we avoid, the challenges we run from, are precisely the things that hold the key to our growth. Step outside that comfort zone. Start small if you have to. Take cold showers, have difficult conversations, speak up when you'd rather stay silent. Each step will feel uncomfortable, but that's the point. The more you lean into discomfort, the more resilient you become. The more you face your fears, the more fearless you grow. Your comfort zone is not where you find peace, it's where you lose potential. So, break free from it, because life is waiting for you on the other side of that comfort zone. Lesson 2. Expectation is the root of misery. Expectations are a sneaky trap. They're the silent, unseen chains that bind us to disappointment and frustration. We expect our careers to flourish, our friends to always support us, our partners to understand us perfectly, and life to unfold just the way we want. But when reality doesn't match those expectations, we suffer. It's a self-imposed misery. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, let go of your expectations of yourself and others. High expectations create a gap between what is and what you think should be. This gap is where misery lives. When you cling to rigid expectations, you set yourself up for disappointment, because reality rarely conforms to your desires. The key is to lower your expectations. Not in a pessimistic way, but in a liberating way. Expect nothing, and you'll appreciate everything. When you lower your expectations, you make room for acceptance and gratitude. Instead of expecting your friends to always be there, be grateful when they are. Instead of expecting your career to take off overnight, appreciate the journey and the lessons you're learning along the way. I remember a time when I expected my career to follow a specific trajectory. I had set goals and milestones for myself, and I believed that if I just worked hard enough, everything would fall into place. But life had other plans. Opportunities slipped through my fingers, promotions didn't come, and I felt a deep sense of frustration and defeat. It wasn't until I let go of those expectations that I found peace. I realized that I was missing out on the beauty of the present because I was so focused on what I thought should be. By letting go of expectations, you free yourself from the burden of disappointment and open your heart to contentment. You can finally appreciate the journey for what it is, rather than constantly longing for a destination that may never come. Lesson 3. Friends are not forever. This lesson might be the most difficult one to accept. We all want to believe that friendships are eternal, that the people who stand by us now will always be there. But the Stoics knew that life is in a constant state of flux. People change, circumstances shift, and friendships evolve or dissolve. Think back to your childhood friends, your high school buddies, or even your college mates. How many of them are still a part of your life? The reality is, as we grow and evolve, so do our relationships. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a part of life. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This means cherishing the connections you have now, but being willing to let go when the time comes. Each friendship serves a purpose. It's a chapter in your life. Some chapters are long, others are short. But each chapter, no matter how brief, adds value to your story. Letting go doesn't diminish the friendship's worth. It simply means that you're allowing both yourself and the other person to grow and move forward. When you hold on too tightly to friendships that are fading, you create unnecessary pain for yourself and the other person. You start resenting the changes and longing for what used to be. Accept that friendships, like all things, are impermanent. Appreciate them while they last and let go when they end. This way, you free yourself from the chains of clinging and open your heart to new connections and experiences. Lesson 4. Sacrifice is essential. We live in a world that constantly tells us to prioritize comfort and convenience. Sacrifice is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided. But the Stoics knew that sacrifice is the price of greatness. Nothing worth having comes without giving up something in return. When we think of sacrifice, we often think of loss. But sacrifice isn't about losing. It's about making room for something greater. It's about choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification. It's about saying no to distractions and yes to the things that truly matter. I once had a stable job with a good salary and a comfortable life, but deep down, I knew it wasn't fulfilling. I wanted to pursue my passion for writing, but that meant quitting my job and stepping into the unknown. It was one of the hardest decisions I ever made. I had to sacrifice financial security, social status, and a predictable future. But that sacrifice led me to a life of true purpose and fulfillment. The Stoics teach us to understand what we truly value and to be willing to give up the lesser things to achieve our goals. Sacrifice your time, your comfort, or your resources if you must. Remember, every sacrifice you make is an investment in your future self. Lesson 5. Stop chasing love. We live in a society obsessed with the idea of finding the one, that special person who will complete us and make everything perfect. But the Stoics knew better. They understood that love is not something to be hunted down. It's not a prize waiting to be won. The more you chase it, the more it eludes you. Instead, focus on living your best life. Cultivate your own happiness, pursue your passions, and be your authentic self. When you do that, love will find you. It will come naturally, without force or desperation. True love isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about two complete individuals coming together to enhance each other's lives. So stop chasing love, start living, and let love find you when you're busy being your best self. Lesson 6. The majority is often wrong. Just because most people believe something doesn't make it true. History is full of examples of the majority being disastrously wrong. The majority once believed the earth was flat, supported witch hunts, and accepted slavery as a norm. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Question popular opinions. Challenge the status quo. Think critically about what everyone else is blindly following. Don't be afraid to stand alone if you believe in a higher truth. It's better to be right on your own path than to be lost following the crowd's misconceptions. Lesson 7. Patience is power. We live in a world that rewards instant gratification. We want everything now: success, happiness, love. But the Stoics knew that patience is power. True power lies in the ability to wait, to endure, and to persist. The greatest achievements and most profound experiences take time. Patience is not passive. It's an active, deliberate choice to stay the course, even when it's difficult. Trust the process. Embrace the journey. Remember that the most beautiful things in life take time to develop. These 7 lessons are not just abstract concepts. They are tools that can shape a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Stoicism teaches us to embrace life's difficulties, to find peace amidst chaos, and to cultivate inner strength. These lessons are not about avoiding pain, but about transforming pain into wisdom. Apply them in your life and watch as you unlock a new level of resilience and purpose. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear these truths. Leave a comment with your favorite Stoic lesson or quote. Let's continue to grow together and make every day an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. Until next time, stay stoic and stay strong.